Hello everyone, welcome to Football New South Wales coverage of the 2023 Futsal Premier League Grand Finals at Valentine Sports Park. Of course, the headquarters of football in New South Wales. This is Eric Subihano on the mic, courtside, and absolutely delighted to be here for the conclusion of what has been another brilliant season for the five-a-side indoor game. Firstly, we have the Open Men's Grand Final to come later, but first up, it's the Women's Grand Final between Macarthur Quake and Mountain Majik. Quake in their traditional purple and Majik in their traditional lime green kits. Well, for Macarthur Quake, they caused a bit of a shock in yesterday's semi-finals, defeating the premiers UTS Northside by 5-0, and young star Alvina Marie Kashaba scoring 4 of those goals. While for Mountain Majik, they scored even more goals in yesterday's semis at Sydney Olympic Park. 10, if you can believe it. They defeated Mascot Vipers by 10-5, with Ella Buchanan and Claire Holder playing starring roles for the team in green. So quickly, we've just got the final pre-game formalities. Now, of course, we do like to cater for newer fans, so in case you're less familiar with the rules of futsal, I'll run through the main differences between this and the outdoor game as quickly as I can, but don't worry, I'll remind you of things if you need it during the course of the game. Firstly, it's 5 on the court per team, 1 keeper and 4 outfielders. Now, for this season, we've gone to 20-minute halves for the Open Women's and Men's competition, but the clock stops every time the ball goes out of play. If it goes over the touchline, it's kicked in to restart instead of a throw-in. When the ball goes over the byline, the goalkeeper can't kick. They have to throw it out. Each team gets 5 fouls per half, and every foul after that results in a 10-meter penalty. And there's the back pass rule. You can only pass back to the goalkeeper once in any possession if the goalkeeper's inside their own half. Red cards mean you play short-handed for 2 minutes or until you concede a goal. And once the ball is set down for a restart, you have 5 seconds to play it or it's a turnover. And I think the last major difference, my favorite one, it's what I like to call ice hockey-style substitutions. It's unlimited interchange, and yes, you can make subs while the ball is in play. And if you think that's going to be a little bit hard to keep track of, yeah, you and me both, buddy, but I'll do my best. So the Quake starting 5, I see Brianna Clark in goal, as well as Maddie Malone, number 4, Olivia Sloan, number 8, Linda Dudek, and number 9. And I will have to wait for that other play to turn around to see who the final starting player is. Apologies, it is number 7, Eliza Pereira, the other starter for Macarthur Quake, while the starting 5 for Mountain Majik, see Ella Buchanan, number 22, Savannah Murray, number 19, Claire Holder, number 23, wearing the captain's armband. I think that's Olivia Shembry on the far side, wearing number 8. So just check my team sheet. And in goal for Majik, Olivia Shembry's number 6, and Jordan Weisman is the Majik goalkeeper. But there it is, away we go. Now, of course, stop clock with the ball stopping. With the clock stopping when the ball goes out of play, it's going to be hard to keep track of time, but I will duck my head forward as Dudek has an early shot which goes just wide. And I'll try and keep you updated with the time remaining as best I can. So Holder, long pass forward, and by the way, keep an eye out on Claire Holder, who's hit the 20-goal mark for the season. Very impressive, given they've only played 15 games so far. And Claire Holder very much a focal point of the way the Mountain Majik team want to play. Here she is on the ball. Good tackle from Olivia Sloan, and hey, I'm going to get a touch on the ball as well. This ball goes out off the far side off Eliza Pereira. Here's Savannah Murray. Savannah Murray, if you've been watching League One women's streams, and thanks so much if you have. I like to call League One women's the greatest league in the world. You'd remember Savannah Murray from how well she played in defence for Central Coast Mariners as they reached the semi-finals of the League One women's competition earlier this year. Now, there's an intercept and a Dudek on the ball. A little bit of a feint, but not quite on the same wavelength as Maddie Malone. For Majik, who, as Holder tries a little bit of a scoop pass, Murray chasing, good shepherding out from Sloan. Majik really turned it around after missing the finals in the 2022 season. And they ended up finishing third. A very good campaign for the Western Sydney team. In fact, of course, as Holder tackles, you could call this a Greater Western Sydney derby, with Macarthur Quake calling Minnow Indoor Sports Centre their home. Mountain Majik, for the most part, this venue, in fact, Valentine Sports Park, as their home court for the last 2 seasons. Going back to those unlimited subs, well, it's a challenge, but at the very least, we're on the same side as the benches, so the subs will happen right in front of us. That might make it a little bit easier to keep track of, as pass over hit, and think Malone just leaving that one. Now in the semi-final set, the scoreline, in the end, very convincing, with Quake beating UTS by 5-0. Very impressive, in fact, for Quake to put 5 past not just the defending premiers, but also the team who ended the regular season with the stingiest defense. And a lot of credit goes to the coach, a long-time women's head coach for Quake, Mel Keith. And he's done a fantastic job, and not just in opens, as there's an intercept from Buchanan before Malone prevents the ball from getting to Murray. Malone, looking for options, decides to go backwards. Good defensive header from Holder. Now Buchanan playing it to Shembry. Oh, Mountain Majik looking for an option right side with Shembry. Clark's off a line, it's off the post. So that was the first clear-cut chance. And Clark, it's going back to the point I was about to make in the semi-final, despite Quake winning by 5-0. UTS did have a very good spell of pressure at the start of the second half, and Brianna Clark made a number of good saves to keep him out before a couple of late goals added quite a bit of gloss to the scoreline for the team in purple. Let's see, the first sub of the game for Quake's about to happen. Oh, well, it could be a big chance here. And Brianna Clark almost blotted a copybook. In fact, the hand up in apology, but Brianna Clark using her cat-like reflexes to cover the ground, and she's made up for her own mistake there. By the way, for Quake, off-frame as that shot from Sloan goes over. Number 3, Melissa Walsh. It looks like she'll be the first player off the bench for Quake. Now for Majik. I did mention earlier the turnaround after missing the 2022 finals to have a very strong season. They're a team that definitely have a lot of spirit. And as that's a great switch of play, and then Murray had a swing with the left foot, and it will be a corner kick. And of course, corner's a different proposition outdoor. We can't just lob it up into the middle and hope for the best. So let's see what kind of set plays Majik have worked on. Holder from way out and hits the wall behind the Quake goal. This isn't Quake's only grand final appearance for today. Just earlier this afternoon, they were in the under-17 girls grand final, and back to the earlier point about Mel Keefe, she was the coach of that team as well, and she's coached this under-17 Quake girls team for quite a while as well. Quake making the grand final, but losing by 3-2 to UTS Northside. Down the line, down the spectator side of the Valentine Sports Bar court as Brett Nielsen just picks the correct moment to walk in front of us. Thanks for waiting, Brett. Shot, saved by Clark. The shot coming from Holder. Dudek. Now Holder will intercept, so this could be an opportunity. 2-on-1 if they're quick enough. Outside of the foot pass, and Malone covers. Dudek far side. Now, as that attempted switcher play from Pereira blocked by Shembry, as Melissa Ross waits patiently for her first action of this grand final. Now Murray has Ella Buchanan with her. A tackle from Pereira. If I may use a boxing analogy, two sides really trading jabs in these early stages. I think just the one, or actually the two really, shall we say, clear-cut chances falling the way of Quake so far, with Clark saving both times. And we're about to see a substitution. And I think that's number 91, Hallie Thomas. She scored, I think, a couple of goals in yesterday's semi-final when the Majik beat Mascot 10-5. And Thomas, by the way, she's wearing at least half a tape number, so as there's a shot and Clark saves again, the rebound doesn't fall to Thomas. Now Sloan, far side. Good tackle from Holder. And there's Hallie Thomas with half a tape number, so there's obviously another number 9 as Malone. Suddenly she's through on goal and has flashed a shot wide, so that's Quake's biggest chance of the opening 5 minutes. 15 minutes and 18 seconds left in the opening period. And still 0-0 here in the Futsal Premier League Open Women's Grand Final, as that pass goes behind Thomas. And yes, the point I was trying to make there, expecting to see another number 9, as in Kaya Buchanan coming on later, but for Majik, so Hallie Thomas, her number 9 jersey has been changed to a 91 for this game. Now, as well, it's an inadvertent 1-2 between Malone and Sloan. And Kashaba, by the way, yep, you got to keep on your toes in futsal, because Alvina Marie Kashaba, scorer of 4 goals in Quake's semi-final win yesterday. Well, plenty of eyes will be on her. In fact, Alvina Marie Kashaba has actually scored 9 times in her last 4 games. But something as Malone plays it to Kashaba, and Kashaba, she is left-footed, scored a left-footed hat-trick yesterday before banging one in with the right foot as well. At that time, she wasn't allowed to get it onto her left foot. Well, some of you may have noticed, yes, I did call number 3 Melissa Walsh. Clearly, there's been a name change because there's now Fielding on the back of Melissa's jersey. My apologies. She's still listed as Melissa Walsh in dribble, but we'll go with what's on the jersey because, you know, in a way, that's probably more official. Quake looking to press, looking to stop Majik crossing the halfway line. Now Kashaba, and time let the ball run just away from her just enough for Shembri to get in, and Shembri real wholehearted defending. And it's just still going on, but Kashaba, I think she kept that in play. She did, and the call will be a kick in to Quake. And Brett Nielsen, Football New South Wales photographer, he does a great job. I'm sure his shots will be on the Football New South Wales Facebook page, possibly as early as tonight. Had a perfect view of that little phase of play. As here's Ella Buchanan for the Majik, tracked by Sloan. And Sloan wins the kick in. Malone allowed to turn, but not much in the way of options as Thomas gets a foot in at the expense of a free kick. And yes, the first foul of the game to either side. As I said earlier, you get 5 fouls per half. Every subsequent foul after that, so the 6th, the 7th, etc., would result in a 10-meter penalty. But may perhaps not too worried about that. Neither team looking to be in foul trouble. By the way, Eliza Pereira, number 7, back on, and Maddie Malone, number 4, has been given a little bit of a rest. And by Mel Keith as Holder's in behind, and Holder tried to dribble around the keeper. The ball might still be there, and Quake do just enough. Another fine one-on-one save from Brianna Clark. Good bravery to dive at Holder's feet. Now Pereira towards Kashaba. Ball caught under her feet just slightly. And then great team defending there with the ball loose in the circle, and Holder might get another chance, and somehow that Holder may have been trying for the nutmeg there. Clark doing very well, and one of the most important facets of goalkeeping, getting your angles right, which is what Brianna Clark did. Now Murray, first time, that goes wide. Well, of course, we do apologise. This game scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m, but speaking to Football New South Wales staff competitions staff member Troy McCall earlier, he had before this, because of course there were all the youth grand finals earlier today. 3 of them went to extra time. 1 of those went to penalties, so that's why we're running about 60 minutes behind time. So we'd expect the Open men's game after this one to kick off at about 5:30 p.m. That will be between Eastern Suburbs, Hakoah and Mountain Majik. So we do hope you tune in. We do hope you stick around on the Football New South Wales Futsal Facebook page or the Football New South Wales YouTube page. As Holder tries a pop, Clark worried enough to dive, but the ball hits the big net behind the goal instead of the net she was aiming for. And, yeah, again, another example of how you've got to be alert at all times in futsal. Holder having a shot and then needing to scramble almost straight away for a defensive header. Now, a strong tackle from Thomas. And then Murray has won the kick-in right in front of the ref's bench. And, of course, do like this filming position. Courtside, very close to the action as Murray will have a pop. And it's wide. But really up and close to the action. We can hear the shouts from both benches. But of course, both myself and today's camera operator, Jaden, we've got to be on our toes as well, because, I mean, it's not out of the question that we could get hit with the ball at some point. As Sloan tries from a way out. And Jordan Wiseman able to watch that sail wide. Holder subbed off for now, and Olivia Shembry back on the field as Majik coach Julian Lamb. By the way, that's another coach who's done a great job this season to take Majik to the finals. He's giving instructions to one of the players who's on the bench for now. Clark to throw with the restart. By the way, I'm not sure if you can see the net high above halfway line, the high lane, but it's at Valentine Sports Park, that halfway line net is relatively low compared to other venues. In fact, you can see number 10, Layla Barton, on for Majik and in possession right now. Anyway, by the way, Layla Barton, I was looking through the team lists as part of my research, still eligible for under 15s. My goodness, that makes me feel old, but good of her to see. How good to see her playing in an Open Women's Grand Final as well. Now, that's a little bit too high for Sloan, but Mel Keith praising the idea from Pereira. Now, there's the ball, which will escape Barton. And meanwhile, it's Sloan off for Quake. Maddie Malone back on the field. Now, Murray charging forward, and then the positioning was good from Clark. She throws straight to Tara Baudana, who's got her first action of today. Another strong tackle from Murray. And Shembry. And can't link up with her teammate. Okay. So, bench is trying to keep us on our toes. A double substitution. At least we're on the same side as the benches. So, number 17, Helena Halios-Lewis, getting her first action of this grand final. And Halios-Lewis and number 17, Linda Dudek, back on the field wearing number 9. Sorry, back on the court. And it's 0-0 in the women's grand final between Quake in the purple and Majik in the green. And about halfway through this opening half, 10 minutes remaining in the opening period. Murray on the run, Maddie Malone with the tackle. Now she's under pressure from Ella Buchanan, and Buchanan slides. I think she got some of the ball, but the refs ruled that she also got a fair bit of Malone. And Buchanan immediately subbed. Claire Holder back on the field. Melissa Fielding also on the court. Sorry, court, not the field. For Quake. And Dudek ponders what she'll do with this set piece. Jordan Wiseman, I think, she's deciding on 2 in the wall. Now Dudek goes for goal, and it's about a foot or so over the crossbar. Now, Barton, slightly awkward height, as Fielding gets in the way. And Fielding just looks to clear, and yes. I'm going to get hit with the ball today, aren't I? Anyway. Dudek. Good first touch. Now holding up, looking for support. Halios Lewis. Good effort. But the ball just rolling away from her. Now, Halios Lewis defending and has also won a foul off Layla Barton. Now, looking at the scoreboard, that's now the third foul for Mountain Magic. So, yes, 9 minutes still to play in this first half. So, the foul count maybe starting to, maybe something that Magic might need to start thinking about. As Holder, strong in possession. Shembri. Looking to switch it, and Barton, right at the end. Good effort from Barton. Couldn't quite reach the ball as it was, shall we say, about knee height. Now, from a long way out, Holder with the effort into the breadbasket for Clark. But Holder might have another opportunity. Options either side. Elects for Shembri. The ball very slightly overhit. Yes, I mentioned Claire Holder's goal-scoring exploits earlier. Can't forget Ella Buchanan, who's also hit double figures for this season, as the refs table suddenly at risk because of a stray ball. And Ella Buchanan found the back of the net as that shot goes wide from Holder. Ella Buchanan found the back of the net in yesterday's semis to take her tally to 10 for the season. Barton holds it up well. Holder gets it back. Trying to thread it through to Murray. Poked out of play by Dudek. Now, Holder didn't have much room to work with. In fact, just despite the quick feet, just let it run out of play. Now, quick throw, Dudek. Can turn and have a shot. Here's Dudek, and it's a good save from Wiseman. Now, we're going to have a stoppage. Injury to a Magic player. Looks like Savannah Murray. Perhaps a bit of a recap. 7 minutes, 59 seconds left in the opening period of the Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final. Thanks for joining us on the Football New South Wales social media channels. And as Savannah Murray is being tended to, it looks to be nothing too serious. It's a bit of a sore one, but hopefully it's the kind of thing she could just walk off. And nice round of applause from the crowd here in Glenwood. So this, I believe, will start with a Quake kick-in. And yes, Brianna Clark for Quake, the busier of the two keepers so far in the opening 12 minutes or so. But that was a good save from Wiseman, and there's another save from the Magic shot stopper. Shembri has a little bit of a breather for now. You don't get much of a rest in futsal, so it's important to take a deep breath and chill out for a bit whenever you can. Sloan and Dudek, right idea, trying to pick out Fielding's run. Now Holder going the other way. And Fielding doing enough to break up the play and immediately being subbed for Sophia Brokenshire. So now we've got 2 under 15 players on the pitch. Brokenshire and Barton. Meanwhile, chance for Kashaba, and she scored. Malvina Kashaba has scored yet again after 4 in yesterday's semi-final. She drifted into space and has slammed the ball past Jordan Wiseman. So Quake have drawn first blood. They're leading by a goal to nil. And Quake making another sub. Eliza Pereira, number 7, back on the field. Now, intercepted by Kashaba, Brokenshire. Now Pereira, that's broken up. I think that's, by the way, Majik number 7, Cameron Jansen, is on the court for the first time today. Now, shot from Sloan, which hits the wall behind the Majik goal. Going back to that finish from Kashaba. What a great finish that was. Off the ball movement was good, just drifting into enough space. And the left foot, as it did yesterday, proving lethal for the Quake. Now, Brokenshire going back to Sloan. Now Pereira. And that is going to be a corner. I think that's Quake's first corner of the game. Gone short to Sloan, not much room there. And the turnover now. Holder's got an option to her left. She goes herself. And it's across the face of goal. Holder unable to add to a tally of 20 goals for the season. So 6 minutes, 10 seconds left. And yes, big cheer from the Quake bench as they force the turnover. Now Brokenshire looking for options and has to go backwards. Now there's a free play to the left, which is Pereira. And Pereira looking for the right run, played into the circle, and Majik have dealt with that. Now, Holder with the clearance that turns into a pass, and now it's Jansen. Jansen left touch line, and the pressure there is enough for Quake to get the ball back. Kashaba trying to switch, looking for Sloan, and Kashaba might get a second chance to play to Sloan, which she does. Player free in the middle for a moment. It's a good tackle from Holder. Now, and Brokenshire defending from the front, so Quake looking to add to their tally, double their lead now. Almost a chance for Brokenshire, who moved well, was free in the circle, and prods the ball wide of the target. Now the 1-2, and now chance for Pereira. Good save from Wiseman. Wiseman stepping out very quickly, and it closed that shot down well. Now, Sloan tried the corner kick, and just no room to sneak it through at that near post. Now, back. It's ruled a turnover, so the ball now belonging to Mountain Majik. And Wiseman to restart with the throw. 4:47 left in the opening period. Macarthur Quake leading Mountain Majik by a goal to nil. There's a block from Kashaba. Chambry calming things down for a moment, going back before she gets it back from Murray, and there's the shot, which doesn't get past Sloan. Okay. Oh, I do like being this close to the ref's bench. Apparently we're going to have a Mountain Majik timeout. That's the next opportunity. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. Each team gets one timeout per half. Jansen. And Sloan. Another good tackle. Didn't just stop. Her opponents won the ball back for Quake. And Brokenshire. And there's Kashaba. She's thought about having a go. Now she does. Shot blocked. Majik pinned back for now. But almost everyone in the Majik half of the field before the backwards pass allows Majik to step up, and there's the turnover. So Murray goes for goal. It's another save from Clark. Now Sloan with the ball and deflects off Murray, and always a little bit of a heart flutter when it deflects off a defender facing their own goal, but that was easy enough for Wiseman. Chambry. And Buchanan just lost her footing as she lunged for that ball. It was a bit unlucky to see that roll out of play. Now, well, I thought there was going to be a timeout. Apparently there wasn't. Don't mind me. This is Holder. And she's up against two. She goes for goal, and that's a good save from Clark. Clark's discussing things with Melissa Fielding, and I think that's going to be a timeout. Yes. Timeout to Mountain Majik. So these timeouts will last 60 seconds. And it's actually a good opportunity for us to recap. There's exactly 3 minutes left in the opening periods. And it was Alvina Marie Kashaba's 14th goal of the season. That is what separates the two sides as we head into this little break with Macarthur Quake leading Mountain Majik by a goal to nil. Quake certainly haven't had it all their own way, and as we saw just before this timeout, Brianna Clark made a good save to deny Holder, and that is far from the only save Brie Clark has had to make. As we can see, it's not just Julian Lamb, but also you can see coaching instruction being given by a man we'll see later in the Open Men's final. So Jamie Dibb also helping out with the coaching of the women's team. And just a reminder, I'll say roughly 5:30 p.m., possibly a little bit sooner, we'll see the Open Men's Futsal Premier League Grand Final straight after this one. And that's between Eastern Suburbs, Hakoah and Mountain Majik. Really looking forward to that one as well, especially the Mountain Majik men's team in particular, the top scorers in the men's division, so we would be almost guaranteed to see goals. But first, there's this women's game as Clark falls on the loose ball. Taya Muchensky, number 44, on the court for a first action. I do have to remind myself, especially near the end of the half, you have to look at the clock a bit more frequently just to keep you updated on how much time is left. As Holder takes possession, and Fielding read that like the Camden Advertiser, almost turned into an opportunity on the counter for Quake. Now Holder goes for goal, and Clark doesn't let the rebound fall to any of the Majik players. Of course, these two teams I suppose you could say, trying to make things right from perspective compare. When you think of the last time these clubs made an open women's grand final, from Macarthur Quake, we have to go back to the 2019-20 season, and they lost the women's grand final 3-2 to Inner West Majik after extra time. And the Dudek was on the score sheet that day for Quake, as that's blocked by Maddie Malone, and that's worked out very nicely for me because the other scorer for Quake in the 2019-20 women's grand final, Maddie Malone's sister Darcy Malone, who actually played a couple of games at the start of the season for Quake, but of course, big congratulations to Darcy Malone earning a contract with Sydney FC for this A-League women's season. That's why Darcy isn't here. Now, as I love going on one of my tangents, Darcy Malone not the only current Sydney FC player who played in that 2019-20 Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final, because Sydney FC defender Tori Tumith also in that game when she was playing for Inner West Majik. There's minute 23 left in this opening period. And as Kashaba goes backwards off the kick-in, Sloan. Now Masensky tried the nutmeg. Shembry wasn't having any of it. Now Shembry can't find Buchanan. And now Buchanan might get an opportunity off the loose ball. And it's another great defensive effort from Liv Sloan, getting the congratulations from her goalkeeper. 70 seconds left. Holder, another long-range effort. And she got a foot underneath that one. As for Mountain Majik, the last time they were in an Open Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final was the 2018-19 season. They didn't win. Unfortunately for them, they didn't win that one. They actually also lost that one to Inner West Majik by 3-1. The Majik goal scorer that day, the woman Majik fans call the GOAT. That is, of course, Ashley Crofts. .5 seconds left. Is there one more clear-cut chance? And of course, 48.5 seconds might not sound like a lot, but especially if you're a fan of either basketball or water polo or possibly European handball, you'll know, well, futsal's kind of like those sports. That's plenty of time to get a chance. That's plenty of time for a goal or even a couple of goals. Dudek. And I'm not sure what happened there. I think maybe Pereira thought it was going to be Quake ball, but it wasn't. Now, nice dink there from Holder, and it's the challenge Clark right at the edge of a circle. Majik want the decision, but we'll go on. Good skill from Holder. Left-footed effort, and it's just wide. Majik going close once again. Could not find the equalizer. All the way for Majik. Number 9, Kaya Buchanan is on. And now Ella Buchanan, but there's the buzzer. And that's it. That's the end of the opening period. So it's Macarthur Quake leading by 1-0 as the teams head into the dressing sheds in this 2023 Futsal Premier League Open Women's Grand Final. It was Alvina Marie Kashaba in the 14th minute who scored the only goal of this game so far. Plenty of chances of either end, and we can say that this game is certainly far from over. So we're going to take a quick break right now, about 10 minutes or so, possibly a little bit less. And then we'll be back for the second half of this Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final. This is Eric Subihano on the mic. Thanks for joining us on Football New South Wales Facebook and YouTube. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Football New South Wales coverage of the 2023 Futsal Premier League Open Women's Grand Final. It is Macarthur Quake leading Mountain Majik 1-0 as we head into the second period. And that goal coming from Alvina Marie Kashaba, wearing number 21, who has 5 goals for the weekend in Open Women's. Back underway for the second half. Quake immediately on the move and winning a corner, by the way, on the field for Quake. Looks like Pereira, Sloan, Kashaba, Dudek and Clark in goal. For Majik, let's see, Wiseman, Kai Buchanan, Ella Buchanan, Holder and Shembry. Now, Sloan back to Pereira, and it flashes wide of the target she wanted. She's claiming a touch, and she'll get it, so a second corner in quick succession. Another way, just when we... Well, I have the chance. Another quick plug for the game to come immediately after this one, the Open Men's Futsal Premier League Grand Final between Eastern Suburb Sakawa and Mountain Majik. So certainly a big day for the team in green. They've already won one Grand Final. I believe it's the 14 boys, which they won in extra time, I think, if I remember their social post from this morning correctly. So they could have as many as 3 trophies by the end of the day. It was interesting just trying, obviously without being intrusive, to observe as best I can as the two teams at halftime. Julian Lamb, Majik coach, whose voice you can probably hear through RFX mic. Coach, by the way, Lamb with a lot of experience in futsal. He also has a lot of experience as a player. So Majik have a great person to try and lead them back into this context. Of course, with 20-minute halves and stop clock these days, that's an eternity in futsal. So Quake would be well advised to not park the bus, so to speak, as Claire Holder takes over possession. Now, Kashaba shields the ball from Kaya Buchanan. Kashaba, nice reverse ball. Here's Pereira, right side, and she goes looking for Dudek at the far post. That's the right idea. Dudek lunged. But could not get a telling touch on the ball. Now, little dink. Ella Buchanan chasing. Kashaba tackling. Loose ball. Falling to Shembry. That won't be any threat to Quake. Now, Kashaba contemplates her options. And Dudek trying to be the target player. And not much room, but there was enough, and then I think Sloan was trying a back heel as part of a 1-2. It's a nice idea, but not working out for Quake that time. Anyway, 18 minutes left, and as I said, that's plenty of time in futsal. Ball just running out of play on the spectator side of the futsal court here at Valentine Sports Park. Now, Kashaba with the foot in there. It's Quake trying to step high. Now, Holder looking for Kaya Buchanan's run. Now, Pereira for Quake. And Ella Buchanan with a nice tackle. Buchanan, and that would be familiar to fans of the Spirit women's team in NPL New South Wales Women's. Ella Buchanan did a lot of defending like that. And Ella Buchanan certainly had a good season down at the Arctic Circle. Of course, that's the affectionate nickname for Spirit's home ground in Macquarie Park. Now, through ball, it's looking for Shembri, and it takes a touch. And through to Clark. Now, Dudek, not much support, but she's ridden a challenge, and Kai Buchanan across on the cover. Dudek couldn't find Kashaba, but that's a little glimpse of what Dudek provides. She's very good at holding up possession. And she did hold. He did onto it for long enough for a teammate to arrive on the scene. The pass wasn't too far away. Dudek possibly with another opportunity as Kashaba runs ahead of the ball. Hold is in the way for Majik. Now Holder. Dudek has to do some defending. And now it might be a good pass. And Kashaba saving the day. Because Ella Buchanan had made a nice run. But she was not allowed to pull the trigger from the edge of the circle. Here's Shembri. Under pressure from Sloan. And took a touch off Clark's fingertips. So a Magic corner it is.
Run in.
Buchanan, or Kai Buchanan going for goal. And that'll be the restart from Quake. Bree Clark doesn't hang around. Now Kashaba looking to thread the needle through almost the whole Magic team. She was looking for Sloan that time. And now it's with the team in green. 16 minutes and 11 seconds left. Now, Ella Buchanan. Now Shembri. Kai Buchanan can turn, tight angle. She's hit the post. So that's the second time that Magic have hit the post in this game. After I think it was Shembri hit the post early on. This game just bubbling up nicely. Futsal games don't often finish 1-0, so I suspect there's a twist to come as Kashaba goes for goal. Wiseman bats it down. Quick throw to Holder. Holder, well, the defensive support quicker than the attacking support that time, so Magic will slow it down. So Melissa Fielding will be the next player on for Quake as I look off frame. In fact, that'll happen right now as Fielding replaces Kashaba. Hallie Thomas back on the court now, replacing Ella Buchanan. Hallie Thomas wearing number 91. Going back to my point, and of course we encourage you to stick around to the end of this game. It is worth noting, Mount Magic have scored in every game this season. As Murray tries a header, clever idea from Murray. Good to see she's back on the field. That knock in the first half hasn't kept her out of this big game. Murray looping it over Clark, but also over the crossbar. And yes, Mount Magic, they have not been shut out this season, as I did say in the first half of this coverage. They scored 10 goals in yesterday's semi-final down at Sydney Olympic Park. Plenty of twists left in this one, you suspect. Sophia Brokenshire. You can see next player on for Quake as Murray battling with Halios Lewis. Holder keeps it alive, so now Shembri. And Halios Lewis up into the air, and Murray didn't get any of the contact she wanted, and then, yes, the thing that happens at least once a game here at Valentine Sports Park, the ball hitting the net up on halfway. I'm not sure if our camera can see it, but there's evidence of that. There's still a couple of balls stuck in the net from games earlier on today. Of course, if it hits the net, results in a kick in it halfway to the other team. Good tackle from Maddie Malone, back on the court for Quake. Now Holder looking to roll Sloan, and Sloan has got the better of that particular duel. Now played forward, it's going to be easy for Wiseman. The Magic shot stopper will restart. And we'll start the next phase of play as Thomas goes to Holder. Holder, scoop pass, and Thomas. Not quite quick enough, and I think we have to credit fielding for good use of the body there. Just making Thomas go the long way around. And it proved to be a bit too much of a task this time. Kick in as Clark goes out of the centre for a little bit, but Majik wise to that, stepping up immediately. And this could be a chance as Brett Nielsen runs to get the best vantage point. Now, that's a good save. Chambry forcing that one out of Clark. So a Majik corner kick. Murray. Holder. Holder on the spectator side. Held up. And now Holder will try again. Here's Thomas. And Thomas couldn't wrap a boot around it. Now Clark looking for the counter. Sloan not quite on the same wavelength. Now, bomb forward. There's Halios Lewis in the way. It hits the net. That separates the spectators from the court. Now, there's more good discipline from Quake to keep their shape. And we saw that in yesterday's semi against UTS. Wasn't just class goalkeeping, although although she did that very well. Quake did maintain their discipline when UTS were chasing the game. Now, Chambry, low shot. Clark saves. Now, well, Quake trying to build from the back end. Hallie Thomas wasn't letting that happen, but it will be a Quake kick in. 12 minutes 45 seconds left. Macarthur Quake leading Majik by a goal to nil in the Open Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final for 2023. Eric Sapiano with the commentary from Valentine Sports Park. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your support. As Holder looking for support. Now Murray from near the halfway line, and Clark can watch that go wide. Now, this could be the chance, maybe for Majik. There's 3 up in this attack. Holder, she goes low. It's off the post, and on the rebound, Thomas couldn't wrap her left foot around it. The rebound goes wide. That's the 3rd time Majik have hit the post today. And we might need to check on Thomas. Accidental, of course, but there was a collision as she lunged to put the rebound away, her and Kashaba, but Thomas, I think she'll be okay. Good to see. And Clark restarts, looking for Brokenshire. And Holder, and they've gone so close to the equalizer, back on defensive duties. And that's going to be a timeout to Macarthur Quake. With 12 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second half. Another 60-second timeout in progress. And just a quick opportunity to plug the game coming up after this one. Roughly 5:30 p.m. we think. And also on the same court here at Valentine Sports Park, the 2023 Futsal Premier League Open Men's Grand Final between Eastern Suburbs Hakoah and Mountain Majik. We really do hope you have the time to watch that one, whether it's on the Football New South Wales Futsal Facebook page or Football New South Wales YouTube page. And Mountain Majik men in particular, the league's top scorers, 79 goals, if you can believe that, in the 14-game regular season, plus another 3 goals in yesterday's semi-final. So plenty of firepower there. But for the Hakoah men's team, it was a great effort for them to beat the Premier's mascot in the semi-final. A really dramatic game that finished 4 goals to 3. So 2 good teams we'll get to see at about 5:30 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube for Football New South Wales. But we're back underway watching these 2 very good teams. Looks like Ella Buchanan for Majik and Linda Dudek for Quake will be the next players on. Now here's Maddie Malone. Goes left, Kashaba. And Kashaba keeps it away from Chambry. They go back to Sloan. Now Sloan shot with very little backlift, which Wiseman saves. Now she's looking for the counter-attack to Thomas. Clark's off her line, and she's collided with her own teammate. A bit of friendly fire. We never saw one for Sloan. And Clark checking on her teammate. But I think Sloan is going to be fine to continue. Clock has ticked over to 11 minutes and 48 seconds. This is one of the good things about unlimited interchange. Player cops a sore one, you can let him take a rest immediately. And back underway with Dudek now on the court for Quake. In fact, looks like Sloan will be the next player on for Quake, so that's good to see. She'll be okay to continue. Holder up against Maddie Malone. Holder with the kick in, switching the point of attack to Shembri. Murray now. And Dudek. Going goes Bishop. Now Kashaba's on the move. Tight angle. Goes for goal. It's a save from Wiseman. Wiseman looking for the quick counter, and Holder and found some space. Wiseman a little bit off target with the throw. Now here's Holder. Has a player with her. Malone got a foot in well. Now Brokenshire has Dudek to her right. Goes left instead. And is outnumbered by Majik players. Here's Malone. Couldn't find Dudek. And here's Shembri. Shembri, does she walk the tightrope? Yes, she does. Shembri across into the circle. And there was a deflection which took it away from Holder. And the intensity just starting to ramp up. 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in this one. Holder with the restart. Murray from long range, and yes, that's a smart play from Thomas to try and run across Brianna Clark's eye line. And Clark wasn't fooled, and she has parried that ball out for a corner. Murray steps past Brokenshire. Left-footed, good save. That's another good save from Clark. Majik try again. Holder, it's a fumble, and once again Thomas first to the rebound, but Clark was quick enough to prevent a second effort. Now, might work out for Murray, but it's good command of the circle from Clark, right to the edge of it, and then Clark just throwing it out of play. But yes, Majik beginning to turn the screw a little bit, and that's a good move, and the shot from Thomas goes wide. It was a great move to shake the defender. The shot goes wide. That one Clark didn't get a touch to, but Quake have survived that latest Majik incursion on their goal. There's this Kashaba with Majik pressing high, and Kaya Buchanan, yes, has got the decision for a high foot. 9 minutes and 56 seconds left.
Ella, run that. Chefs, open up there. Hallie, give deep. Other side. For Kaya or Ella. For Kaya or Ella.
Intercepted. And Pereira almost lost a footing there, and then has given away the free kick. Yes. There's Murray and Ella Buchanan, number 22, back on the court for Majik. And Majik, they've hit the post twice in the second half, 3 times in this game. But it is Quake courtesy of that player who was playing the pass just then, Alvarina Marie Kashaba. Quake leading by a goal to nil thanks to Kashaba's goal in the first half. Now Malone able to turn. And now Malone up against Murray. Majik getting back in defense. Now Kashaba, great tackle from Buchanan. And no chance for Kashaba to double her tally for today there. Now Malone goes for goal, and no second chance there. Wiseman did just enough. Now back heel from Dudek. Kashaba fighting for possession. And the clearance. Maddie Malone watching over her shoulder, but pretty easy shepherd, that one. Now, Chambry. Olivia Chambry back on for Majik. And of course, both teams using the stoppage to make a sub there. Scooped up towards Kashaba. There's Sloan, but Chambry's in the way, as is Ella Buchanan. Now, that attempted exchange of passes on the far side. Not working out for Majik. 8:41 left. Now, Kai Buchanan. It's good defending from Kashaba, and a wonderful drag back as well, but there wasn't space to play to Pereira. Now, Sloan. Sloan, I think, getting the favourable touch. Now, Kashaba. Well, this might still work out for Quake. Thomas with the covering tackle and immediately leaving the play to be replaced by Holder. Now, it's Buchanan looking for the run in. Kaya Buchanan getting the pass from Ella Buchanan. He kept it alive for a moment, but Sloan winning the defensive battle there. Taya Misensky back on the court for Majik now, number 44. And getting a touch immediately is Pereira. Nice ball to Maddie Malone. And the ball trickles wide. It's a great pass from Pereira. Can't take your eyes off this one. And it starts to get very tense here in Glenwood. Kaya Buchanan. Now Ella Buchanan couldn't keep it alive, but there's a touch off Quake. Majik retained possession. 7:32 left. 7 minutes and 32 seconds left to play. By the way, I'm sure some of you will be curious. Extra time, should we need it? 2 halves of 3 minutes. And no golden goal or anything like that. Now, shot from almost the touchline. And Clark saves. For Sloan, I think clears just for a little bit of a breather. Now, Chambry looking for Buchanan and use the touch off. So they didn't take a touch. Didn't take a touch, so.
Get up, Kaya. Kaya, get higher. Get higher, Kaya. Up.
It's Quake to restart. Malone looking for Mashensky.
Take your if you want. Kaya, get deep.
Now it's Chambry and now Holder. The 1-2 there, and
Stay up.
good idea.
Come closer. Ella, get higher. Even
Majik
higher.
certainly looking to turn the screw.
James. See it. They don't want it. Maybe now.
But there's still Quake standing firm.
Kaya, get higher.
Quake yet to concede in this 2-game final series. Holder trying to change that. There's a loose ball. I don't think Pereira knew where the ball was, but Clark did. And she takes over.
Go on,
There's
must win.
Pereira.
Must win.
Sloan did well to find Malone. Now Sloan. Here's Pereira. Clean tackle from Chambry.
Yeah, that's good.
6:21 left. And that went in and back out. So Majik have gotten the ball back. Holder into the circle. Right place, right time for Pereira. As Kai Buchanan had time to run very well. Now, here's Holder. And Holder stings the palms of Clark. So, yes, Quake have used a timeout in the second half. Majik still have one left. And I do suspect they will be using it. I'd say there's a pretty high chance of that. Now Kai Buchanan on the move. Great ball. Ella Buchanan. It's a great save from Clark. And a sore one. Clark slow to get up. The ball runs out of play. So now we're going to check on Bree Clark's welfare. And the two Buchanans nearly combined there. Great ball with the outside of the foot from Kai Buchanan. Ella Buchanan tried to do likewise to put the ball in the back of the net and find the equalizer. But Brianna Clark, brave as always, has put a body on the line and made the save. Now, perhaps there's a bit of blood here. I think, yeah. Can't quite see from our angle, but yeah, that does look like. That does look like. Unfortunately, it's a sore one for Clark. Now, in fact, we will see Dana Buttigieg, the substitute. Oh no, the other goalkeeper. My apologies. The other goalkeeper for Quake. Clark has to come off. Hopefully that's not the last time we see her, but Buttigieg is called into the goals for Quake with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Immediately Buttigieg shouting the instructions. So it doesn't look too bad for Bree Clark. We may see her back pretty soon, but it's Majik. We're looking for an equalizer. Now Kashaba taking it the other way, and Shembri has used her body well. So I thought she was going to let it run out of play. She didn't want to take the risk. So Quake ball, and in fact, yes, well done there by the Quake support staff, getting Bree Clark looked after, and now Kashaba almost made something out of nothing there. It will be a corner kick. Now Kashaba, and aim for the near post. Weissman saving with her feet. We're into the final 5 minutes of the second half. And Quake doubled their lead. Kashaba didn't quite get the contact she wanted. It rolls out. And Weissman will restart with the throw. Shembri looks for a best option. Kashaba preventing the pass. Now, Wachensky intercepting. Quake have defended so well. They're 3/4 of the way to a clean sheet, but still a long way to go. As Fielding tackles and prevents any more forward progress from Ella Buchanan. Now, it's Shembri from the right touchline, side netting.
Stay up, girls. Stay up.
You got Julian Lamb asking his players to stay high. And there's the turnover. So Shembri, shot blocked by Fielding. Case of all hands on deck for Quake. Now it's Murray, and Clark might have been unsighted. She saved it anyway. There's a good move from Murray to make the space. And a decent shot as well. Murray thought about the shot again. Instead placed a Holder. The 1-2. Here's Claire Holder. And she's looking for the run towards the circle. It's defended. Majik not wasting any time. About 4 minutes left. Shembri, as we know, foul will go on with Ella Buchanan. Another good tackle from Fielding. 4 minutes and 1 second left to be precise. As Eliza Pereira gets ready to come back on. Now, And you can see,
Stay up.
in fact,
Stay up. We don't need. Hold on, Sam.
clearly, Julian Lamb just reminding the Magic players 4 minutes is a very long time in futsal. It's going to feel like an eternity for Quake, for the players and supporters. Now Dudek's held off a challenge. Here's Dudek, blocked from Shembri. Dudek again. Fielding's free in the circle, but facing backwards. Now Malone. And Fielding. She goes for goal, and it's saved by Wiseman. Going for the quick throw. Sloane's in the way, but Buchanan, or Ella Buchanan, picking up the scraps. 3:25 left to play. Now, quick passes, not working that time. And Quake, one step closer to the championship. But there's still plenty of futsal to be played. Dudek holding off Murray. There's the run from Fielding near side. Buchanan is in the way. And Shembri taking it up the court. And there's the clearance. Back to Shembri. Into the final 3 minutes. Murray. You can see both coaches, Melkeith and Julian Lamb, shouting out the instructions. In fact, that will be the opportunity for Majik to use their timeout allotted for the second half. Incredible tension here at Valentine Sports Park. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. And it's still Quake hanging on to a 1-goal lead thanks to a first half goal from Alvina Marie Kashaba. That's all that separates the sides, but I'd expect Majik to have plenty more opportunities. And Majik have gone close. Lots of times they've hit the post 3 times today. And Quake goalkeeper Brianna Clark has also made a big number of saves to keep her team in front. So we'll restart. Majik kick in. Actually, corner. My apologies. And Kai Buchanan thinks. Fires it towards Ella Buchanan. Now Holder. And Quake stand firm. Yeah, that's a good tackle from Holder. And she's on the move, but didn't have the runner on the far side that she needed. Quake managing to outnumber the Majik number 23. As it runs through to Wiseman. Kai Buchanan takes on Halios Lewis, and Halios Lewis does just enough. Big cheers from the Quake bench every time they force a turnover. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. Halios Lewis.
Yeah, we win it back. Those 2 minutes is a long time.
Yes, you can hear that. Here, Julian Lamb. Probably heard Julian Lamb. 2 minutes is a long time. It is a very long time in futsal, especially now that we have stop clock. Ella Buchanan. Quake sitting quite deep now. Not a lot of space for Majik to work with. They will continue to be patient. And that has gone Quake's way. There's Halios Lewis strong in the challenge, winning the free kick. 1 minute and 49 seconds left.
Even higher. Even higher. Higher, Kaya.
Julian Lamb wants the team to step even higher. That's great work from Buchanan. And that will be a free kick. So I think conceded by Halios Lewis. I think we might have seen a shirt tug there. So firstly, we'll check and see that Ella Buchanan is okay to continue. She should. If you've seen her play for Spirit in first grade, you'll know she's a strong character. So it would take a lot to keep Ella Buchanan out of the game. And I was wondering, no, she has not left the field. She's going to take up a position, putting off the goalkeeper. Brianna Clark has called for a two-person wall. And got the perfect position for this, to watch what happens from this free kick. It's Claire Holder, now one in the wall. And Holder blasts it, deflected off Halios Lewis, corner kick. And then another big cheer from those in purple, as they stand firm one more time. 1 minute and 41 seconds left to play. Now, killer ball attempted there by Kashaba. Wiseman is out. The ball beats both her and Halios Lewis, who has to sprint back to defend. Holder. Now Mel Keith's turn to encourage a team to step higher. And she gets a touch as well. Mel Keith, a former Quake goalkeeper, a former Quake championship winning goalkeeper, by the way, showing she's still got a pair of safe hands. We're back underway. 1 minute 28 to go. Now, Sloan didn't get the contact she wanted on the ball forward. Kashaba lunging for it. And Halios Lewis decided anywhere will do. It's that time of the game. 1 minute and 11 seconds left. And it's out. Maddie Malone. Is she going to come back on? Yep. Malone replacing Fielding. Now, touch off Claire Holder. So that's why Wiseman didn't. Wiseman played it with feet. Good skill from Holder to beat Sloan. Haven't said that too much today. Now she gets the return pass. Holder. And there's a body's in the way. Ella Buchanan's equalised with 55 seconds remaining. That's her 11th of the season. And it's those two again, Claire Holder and Ella Buchanan. Holder, it was a brilliant run from inside her own half. And although she didn't find the back of the net, she set it up. Ella Buchanan was in the right place at the right time. And the scores are level at 1-1 here. There's Maddie Malone. Now Kashaba, and Holder has fouled. Blotted a copybook a little bit. And I was checking, it's 2 fouls each for the second half, so no one really in 5 foul trouble. But 45 seconds, still a lot of time. And Kashaba, could be a chance. She wants it on the left foot. Actually, she goes on the right foot. Leaves Holder on the court for a little moment. Wins the kick in. 35 seconds left. Now a little scoop pass. And, oh, Wiseman needed those fingertips. Otherwise, Maddie Malone would have headed it into an empty net. 32 seconds left. Sloan. And it's a touch. Corner kick. 27 seconds left. Sloan. It's Kashaba. Sloan again, couldn't get it through the crowd. Now they got a chase. And Ella Buchanan. It's 2-on-1. Can Ella Buchanan get it across? Or can she get the shot herself? Kashaba. Buchanan's still trying to keep it alive. Now 10 seconds to play. Is there time for one last shot? Malone. Kashaba. 5 seconds. Sloan doesn't beat Holder. Holder hits the court. Free kick with 1 second left. Well, I think we know what's coming. Calder, she'll go direct for goal, and it's inches wide, millimeters wide, in fact, and we're going to extra time. These two teams, it's so hard to separate them, and so we'll need at least another 6 minutes of futsal. It's 1-1 at the end of regulation time in this Open Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final between Macarthur Quake and Mountain Majik. It was Alvina Marie Kashaba who scored in the 14th minute to give Quake the lead, but as we just saw, Ella Buchanan equalised with 55 seconds remaining, and that's why we're going to extra time. So, this is Eric Subihana on the mic for Football New South Wales. Thanks for joining us, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. We will take a very short break, and then we'll be back to cover extra time in the Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final. We're back. About to start extra time and the Futsal Premier League Women's Grand Final. As the two captains who've both been excellent today, Bree Clark, the Quake shot stopper, and Claire Holder for Mount Majik. We will have 2 periods of 3 minutes in extra time, no golden goal or anything like that, so we'll play the whole 6 minutes. And if not, if there is no winner to be found, we will have a penalty shootout. And the penalty shootout rules, by the way, will be the same as in outdoor, 5 kicks each from the spot, from the 5-meter spot, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. 6 minutes, well, it's an eternity in futsal. Majik getting ready to kick off. We did hear Julian Lamb saying with Mount Majik chasing the game, 2 minutes is a long time. It was certainly long enough for them to find that equalizer from Ella Buchanan. We're back underway, and Clark immediately out of the circle, collision! And it goes Quake's way, so the foul's called against Olivia Shembry. And one more thing, I just had a look at the scoreboard. So the 5-foul rule, yep, that's for the second half and extra time. So both teams currently on 3 fouls apiece. Just to add a little bit more tension to this one. Holder, good work to intercept. Now, Sloan. A very no-nonsense clearance, and Quake can reset. Shambry's path blocked to goal. Path to goal blocked, my apologies. Well, it always seems to be the way in a football New South Wales competition when it reaches a grand final, whether it's outdoor, indoor. Games never seem to be settled in the regulation time, and so we've got yet another period decider that goes to extra time. Kashaba, great tackle, and she's got an option with her. That's Sloan. Here it goes. Sloan, and it rolls, trickles through to Wiseman. Throw to Ella Buchanan, who at the moment is the hero for Mount Majik, courtesy of that last-minute equalizer, but it's really just pressed the reset button, so to speak. Now, Kashaba going left, and Claire Holder. The slide tackle is clean as a whistle, and a hearty round of applause from the Majik supporters. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first period of extra time, and we'll have a little breather. I'm just checking to see that Kashaba's okay. I think she was just redoing a bootlace. So good to see Quake's goal scorer for today up and running again. And yes, thought that'd happen. Ball's hit the camera. Jaden, we okay? Real good? Yeah, thumbs up from Jaden. So, yes. Now it's Kashaba, blocked by Holder. Now, might work for Sloan. And Sloan, there's a loose ball. Sloan again. And Malone can't find Sloan now. There's the pass, and Buchanan up against Dudek. And Buchanan, well, it's a good move from Ella Buchanan. Almost shook off Dudek. Dudek got the foot in just in time. Back, and Holder. The long-range effort. Bree Clark watches that go wide of the target. Pereira and Brokenshire on for Quake. Sloan and Malone taking a breather as there's 92 seconds left in the first half of extra time. 1-1 the score between Macarthur Quake and Mount Majik. Now, a scoop from Holder. Ella Buchanan fighting with Kashaba. Breaks for Shembry. And Shembry edge of the circle. Great, another great save from Clark. Well out of a circle, but she timed that rush out of goal expertly. Murray turns it over. So is Dudek. 2-on-2 possibly if Quake are quick enough. Third player running, that's Pereira. Dudek beats one tackle. Keeps it alive possibly. And now the touch. Well, that's won by Pereira, and I think that's my 6th touch of the ball today. I got more touch of the ball today than when I was playing. There's Brokenshire. Finds Kashaba with a little dink back to Brokenshire. Majik squeezed the space very quickly, and oh, it's a slip, and Pereira almost got unlucky. Here's Claire Holder. It's going to be an open goal, and Claire Holder has given Mount Majik the lead. Cool when the opportunity presented itself. Mount Majik are in front with 45 seconds left to go in the opening period. Still a lot to do. And Claire Holder got the ball. She was rewarded for putting the pressure on. And great technique to dribble past Brianna Clark. And now it is Majik. Mount Majik leading Macarthur Quake by 2-1. Kashaba scoops up to Fielding. There's a bit of it came at a bit of a awkward height for the Quake number 3. So now the players looking at the clock just as much as I am. We're into the final 30 seconds of this first period of extra time. And Claire Holder, a big lunge to stop the ball getting to Kashaba. "16 seconds left to play. And is there a chance for someone else? Shembri, if she wanted, she'd probably try and run it down, but it's a dangerous ploy, and then that runs through to Wiseman. 2 seconds left, so Wiseman should just chuck it, and that should be that. There it is. So, 3 minutes of extra time, the second period of extra time to play. And as we just saw, Mount Majik leading by 2-1. It's Claire Holder's strike at the end of extra time that has given the team in green the lead. So let's see. Extra time in futsal, just like outdoor. Swap sides, and then we'll go on. So I don't think there's no time for us to take a little bit of a break. Just one more plug for the game coming after this one. We thought it might be, apologies for the delays, but this is, I think, the 4th game that's gone to extra time today. And at the Open Men's Grand Final, just after this one between Eastern Suburbs Sarkoa and Mountain Majik, join us on Football New South Wales Futsal, or the Football New South Wales Futsal Facebook page, or the Football New South Wales YouTube page. I'll also be commentating that one. We did say earlier 5:30, suspect it might be a little bit after 5:30, but rest assured, we will be bringing that one to you live on both Facebook and YouTube. So there we go. It's the second period of extra time to go. And it's worth thinking about what Julianne said near the end of regulation. 2 minutes is a long time. So 3 minutes will seem like an eternity, as now it's Majik in the position of trying to hold on to a lead so they can win the championship. Now, Kai Buchanan, it runs through to Clark. And Clark with the throw, which is not reeled in. And now, Claire Holder will take as long as they allow her, you think. Nice ball. Here's Ella Buchanan. Buchanan back. That will be Quake ball. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Kashaba. Kashaba looking for options. Overlapping run from Halios Lewis. Instead, she goes to Sloan. Takes the deflection of Ella Buchanan. Quake settle for the kick in. 1 minute and 58 seconds left. Now, Ella Buchanan. Majik still adventurous enough to have free forward in this attack, and Chambry looking for the Hollywood ball. It was a great idea. There was the run from Kai Buchanan, I think. Ball sailing out of Kai Buchanan's reach. Brokenshire. Brokenshire, past Holder. Sloan. Sloan, Holder's back to defend. And Ella Buchanan has done brilliantly there to secure possession, as there's about 90 seconds left in this one. Clark flings it. Yet another tackle from Claire Holder. At the moment, she's the player that scored the winner. And Claire Holder's done plenty of last-ditch tackling as well. Now 1-2. Runs away from Masensky. Minute and 14 seconds left. And Holder, they're just going for distance. It's been tough out there. Thankfully, it wasn't as hot as it was yesterday because this venue doesn't have air conditioning, but it's still a big effort by all the players, so they all deserve plenty of credit no matter the result at the end of this one. 62 seconds left. Quake pretty much in kitchen sink mode as Kai Buchanan rolls past the challenge beautifully. Kashaba is able to win the kick in. I think it's one for final throw of the dice with 55 seconds left. Mel Keith is going to make a double sub. So Danielle Canarella's on. Sloan. Kashaba. Brokenshire. They keep it moving. And then Holder stepping up. Perfectly timed to block. 32 seconds left to play. Sloan left-footed. It's the wall behind the Majik goal. One last push required from the players here. It's Majik holding on. Now Brokenshire in the target. Can't roll past Holder. 22 seconds left. Sloan. Now Brokenshire holding it up against Ella Buchanan, who defends well on the edge of her circle. Now 14 seconds left. Kashaba. Buchanan again in the way, and a shirt pull, which result in a yellow card for Olivia Sloan. And the fourth foul of the second half plus extra time for Quake, but 8.3 seconds left. Now, they're just going to run. Okay, well, that's a bit of a false start. Okay, so of course, just like in basketball, you've got to be quick when you reset it. So back to 8 seconds left. And now Holder's just going to run the clock out, I think. She's very calm. It's in a circle, but it's given away, and then saved by Wiseman. And Mount Majik have won the Women's Futsal Premier League Grand Final for 2023. They left it very, very, very late, but they've won after extra time by 2-1. It was Elvina Marie Kashaba who scored in the 14th minute to open the scoring for Quake. But in the final minute of regulation time, Ella Buchanan found the back of the net for equalizer. And then at the end of the opening period of extra time, Claire Holder scored her 21st goal of the season. And that is what proved to be the winner. And the team in green are going to celebrate another championship after the under 14 boys from Majik won earlier today. Thanks so much for joining us here on Football New South Wales Futsal Facebook page and the Football New South Wales YouTube page. And we hope you stick around for the Open Men's Grand Final coming up in not too long at all between Eastern Suburb Sarkoa and Mountain Majik Futsal Club. But for now, this is Eric Subihano on the mic for Football New South Wales from Valentine Sports Park. Take care, and we'll see you in a bit.